Oh, this sounds like just a match made in heaven. One heater in the house. Get a job, son! Oh my God. Welcome to Trash TV Review. My name is Mike Crespi. I'm your host. And here we review trash TV, or what I consider trash TV. And it's mostly Maury shows. We also do some Steve Wilkos, which is what we're going to do today. And once we did a Dr. Phil clip, but we really don't do a lot of that because it's a little too highbrow. And his clips are too long. He doesn't break them up like these guys do. Anyway, we do these as a learning exercise, and we do it with a lot of fun. Today, we're going to be doing a serious one. This is Steve Wilkos. I'm a prisoner in my relationship, and I want to tell you right now, and I'll also mention at the end, if you do have a problem with abuse in the house, there's the National Domestic Abuse Hotline. I have the number written down here. Is 800-799-7233, and that's 24/7. And while I do joke around a lot on this podcast, I do not joke about this. Domestic abuse is a very serious thing. Men suffer from it as well as women, but predominantly women. So if you're having a problem out there, that is a number that you can contact. Walter will put it up on the video as well. And I certainly don't make light of that. What we're going to review today is it's called I'm a Prisoner in My Relationship, as I said. And what we're going to be looking at today is a control freak, and a very insecure control freak. And we'll take a look at that, and we'll break it all down for you. And so without any further ado, I give you one of my favorites. I love Wilkos, but his shows are a little heavy. That's why we don't do too many of them. I like the lighter stuff, the You Are the Father, although the implications are the same. But anyway, here we go. Without any further ado.
I think my girlfriend Jessie's cheating on me.
Uh-oh.
When she goes to work, I don't know if she's really there or not. She comes home smelling like sex all the time.
Smelling like sex all the time.
Why she smells like sex and everything, and she.
So he's probably sniffing this girl when she gets home. And I know guys that do this, like that take it to that crazy level, And we did on my other podcast, on my other channel, which is called the Change Your Life channel. We talk about the insecurities and living with somebody who has no trust for you, right? When this whether justified or not, the difficulty in living with somebody who is an overbearing control freak and doesn't trust you at all, right? And also what it's like to be that person, to be that control freak. And I've been on both sides of this. My first marriage, I was crazy. I was this kid in many ways. I was this kid. I wasn't physically abusive, but I was verbally abusive. I was controlling and manipulative, and it was horrible. It must have been absolutely horrible for the woman in my life. And on the second go around, I was the one who was put under that this person just didn't. There was no trust. There was nothing. And it's very difficult either way. And it really just comes from a place of absolute deep insecurity.
Automatically jumps in the shower and stuff, and we let one of her
right. She takes a shower, so that
comes in, and I wake up in the morning and both of them be gone. And the first thing that comes to my thought is they're having sex. I pull up at her job, and sometimes I don't even think she's there. And when I don't think she's there, I text her and try.
I don't think she's there. Now, I don't go check. I just don't think she's there, because why would she? And what that is the implication is, why would anybody be with somebody as horrible as me, right? I'm such a low life, and this girl's pretty, and what's she doing with me to begin with?
And then an hour later or whatnot, she finally gets back to me and then tells me that she's cut. One day, she went out and bought me a birthday present.
What am a birthday present?
It was a smartphone. And 2 weeks later, I found out that she set up GPS. Well, I looked up on the GPS, and it took me to these apartments. I went to the apartments. 2 hours later, sitting at these apartments, while I was trying to contact her, it said she was back at work.
So he's following her GPS, supposedly to these apartments, and then she calls him. He's still at the apartments and says she's back at work. Now, wouldn't he have seen her leave these apartments? If the GPS was working, wouldn't she have seen the phone go back to the work? I'm sure Steve will get into all this.
And then she told me that I'm ready to be picked up.
Yeah.
I'm off.
Yeah, come get
that right there just made me feel
because he doesn't let her take the car and go to work on her own. No. Yeah, see, he's got to drop her off and pick her up, which tells me he probably doesn't have a job, right? She's out there making the money, and he's got to drop her. Because I did that as well. I didn't work in my first. I was a writer. I'm going to be a writer. I was an entrepreneur. Anyway, but this is the control that this poor woman had, and that's why she's a prisoner in a relationship.
So I
horrible.
Automatically, when she got off of work, I was on her. I was
on her.
Choosing her. I was doing everything impossible.
Look at this girl. She's attractive. She's an attractive woman. But she's got that vacant look in her eyes, like I can't do this. I can't do this. And people, why would you want to live a life like that? If you have an out, take it. Like if you're in a situation like this, like get out. Get out, especially if because eventually people like this, you stay with, eventually it'll get physical. If it's not physical now, it will get physical. It will get physical because people like this, especially when they think that they're losing it, they'll get physical.
She tells me that she ain't doing it. I proposed to her and she
proposed to her. And that's another trick that these people use. They propose because there's a thing, especially among men. I put a ring on it, I own it. That's mine now. I did that my first marriage. Now I'm gonna own her now. Now she got to do what I say. Now you're my wife. You're my wife. Yeah. Oh, that's a lot of love there. Oh, I got her the best $400 ring Sears and Roebuck had. Let me tell you something. You know, I bought you that. Yeah. I come from white trash. I really do. So anyway, but this man's dangerous. He's dangerous.
I was so upset that I went and cheated on her. When I told her that...
See, and there it is. And he's cheated on her. And this poor girl, I bet anything, this girl's been faithful to him, and she's just scared to death and at the end of her rope and wishes to God she never got involved, and now she don't know how to get out.
I cheated on her. It was like she didn't even care, and that
didn't
really
care,
made me feel like...
which made him more pissed off that she didn't care. And made him probably think, well, if you don't care that I cheated, you must be fucking other people too. Yeah. Look at this woman's eyes. No smile, nothing. Just vacant. Shame.
Like she was cheating a little more. I can't stand to do this anymore. I want to be with her. I want to work things out. I want to get
He doesn't want to be with her. He wants to possess her. And there's a big difference. This boy don't want to be with anybody. He wants to possess. He wants to own. He wants to dominate. And any woman that he's with, until he gets help, any woman he's with, he will treat the same way.
Get help. If she did go out there and cheat with somebody at her job or this other dude that I did blame her with or whatnot, I just wish she would come out and actually tell me.
And he's going to ask her until she admits to something she didn't do. I know you, just admit it. What's the point of asking a question if you've already assumed the answer? Like, there's no point in this. She should just tell you why. Why? She did. And if she didn't, well, I don't believe her. So the only answer this girl can possibly give him that will satisfy him is to say, I cheated, right? Whether she did or not. So he can say, see, I tell you, whore, you slut.
And it just show me that she does have love in this relationship.
This boy's sick.
Are you cheating on him?
Nope. Never have, never would, wouldn't dream of it. I love him. I hurt for him.
What?
It's insane. Like, I'll try.
It's insane. I never cheat on him. I haven't, never would. Well, this is insane. What the fuck are you doing there? Do not walk. Run to the nearest exit. Run.
Try to leave because I've had.
Run, Forrest, run.
My car, and he will ride the hood of the car while I'm driving down the road.
Y'all heard that, right? Y'all heard that? When she tries to leave, he gets on the hood of the car to keep her from going. This boy's dangerous. He'll shoot her one day. He'll shoot her. Listen, most women are killed by somebody they know. It's these kind of situations.
And you love him dearly.
I do. I hurt for him.
Right, and again, you all have heard me. If you've listened to my podcast, you know. You have to ask yourself that question. When you say, I love this person dearly, I want you to sit and say, what do I love about them? And write it. And it can't be this bullshit of, I know the man he's capable of being. Because that's not the man he is. The capability bullshit. Let me tell you something. I'm capable of a lot of things. I could be the president of the United States, especially given the current climate of the last 3 or 4 elections in this fucking country of who's been running this joint. I could easily do it. Yeah, but I could run it into the ground as well as they can. You have to ask yourself, what do you love about this person? And then in the next column, you have to put the things, what I don't love about this person. And not everything is equal. And you can't say, you know what I love about him? He always puts the cap back on the toothpaste. Boy, that's real good. That's in column A right here. In column B, well, he beats the hell out of me on a regular basis. You see, those things aren't equal. So it's like, well, we got a good one over here and a bad one over here. No. You got a semi-good one over here with the cap on the toothpaste, and you got like a million bad ones over here. He beats the shit out of me on a regular basis, or he makes me take my panties off when I get home, and he makes sure that I don't have any wet spots in them and shit like that. And that weighs a little bit heavier than he puts the cap on the toothpaste. And every now and again he might tell me, because I guarantee this kid right here never tells this girl that she's pretty, because that would go right to her head. I lived through that too. He'll never, why I tell you, what do you want me to tell you you're pretty for? Why, so you can go out there and flirt with other men and want to fuck other men? Watch, here we go.
Yeah, but I mean, do you listen, like...
This is what I like about Steve too, because he'll say it, man. He like, look at this shit. And he tries to be diplomatic. Maury never, oh yeah, it's okay. She didn't mean to accuse you of fathering the 4 children that weren't yours. Drag you through fucking court for all your money. It was an accident. No. Steve will tell it what it is.
You got to listen to it outside. Like, he's jumping on the hood of your car and he's hanging on as you're driving.
Fucking crazy.
I mean, what normal relationship does that?
No.
That's not normal.
No. Really?
It's not, and I know
Not even in our hometown, Steve.
that, and I mean, believe me, I do. I know that.
And then I hear like,
and she's
and
attractive.
maybe it's the last couple of
Come
years
on.
where I hear more and more of it, is all this like GPS tracking with cell phones, and I think, what an invasion of privacy. Like,
huge.
Right, like constantly somebody's
I'm the
tracking
one
your
that put that on
movements.
there.
Why?
I'm the one that, I guess that was my way of trying to comfort him and let him know, well,
And you can't,
I thought,
listen,
I figured that
okay, people, you cannot comfort a sociopath. It's just not possible. There's nothing in the world you can do. The only thing you can do with a guy like this, right, is lock yourself in the house 24/7. And here's the problem, though, is like I said, this guy probably don't work. It sounds like he's got a lot of time on his hands. So somebody's got to pay the bills. So he doesn't mind having to go out there and have a job and come home, pay the bills, do all that shit. Yeah, well, he's out screwing around, convinced that, and convincing himself it's because she's screwing around. I wouldn't cheat on her if she didn't cheat. But you don't have any proof that she cheated. Well, I know. Yeah, okay.
Your word's not good enough, though.
Oh, no, it's never been good enough.
So
Never
that's
been
what
good
I'm saying.
enough.
Why
There
would
you
you
go.
want to be in a relationship where your
Tell me.
word
Tell me.
isn't good enough?
I honestly couldn't tell you why I stick around for all this craziness.
Yeah, I would.
And I'll tell you why she does. I know why she does it. And she probably does inside, because she feels just as bad about herself as he does. She feels there's some part of this girl right here, and I'm talking from personal experience, that feels that this is what she deserves. She probably did not have a strong father figure in her life, I would guess, right? And they say, oh, yeah, you single mom, and God bless the single mothers of the world, but children are better off with a strong mother and a strong father in their lives. This girl doesn't, because look, and again, you know my saying, what do I say about healthy gets healthy, sick gets sick, right? Opposites don't attract. If a healthy woman were to meet a guy like this and actually give him the time of day, right? She would say, good luck to you. Be well. I'm out of here. Like there would be no second date. There'd be it. Because this guy can't even cover this stuff, right? He's crazy from the jump, right? And somebody like this is, well, I could show him that I can be trusted. I can show him that I'm a good woman. I could change him. I could make him, he'll understand that I'm not like these other women that he's had in his life and everything like this. And chances are he's never had a woman even cheat on him, or maybe he did, maybe he didn't. Doesn't really matter. In his mind, they all cheated. In his mind, she cheats. In his mind, she's a cheater. So it doesn't matter. It's all a fantasy in his head. It's all his self-esteem. But her self-esteem is what keeps her there. Her self-esteem is like, well, maybe I am the piece of shit that he says I am. And so I'm just stuck here, and this is what it's going to be. And God help them, they'll start bringing kids into the world. And then the kids will be the same. It's all the same shit. And it goes to that vicious cycle of mediocrity that people, that we live when we get stuck in these cycles of mediocrity.
That's what I want to know.
I'm loyal to, like, it doesn't matter what you put me through.
Even a psycho.
Like,
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Listen to that. I'm loyal. It doesn't matter what you put me through. You call me a whore, a slut, track my every movement on GPS, accuse me of sleeping with people I'm not sleeping with. I'm loyal, man. She just described a beaten down dog, you know, because you could do the same shit to an old hound dog and just beat the hell out of it and it'll keep coming back, man. All you got to do is feed it and give it cover at night, you know?
I can't tell you how many times I've tried to leave. And every time I try to leave, he'll take the battery out of my car and tell me that it's his battery
Then
because
walk.
he bought it. And it's not.
It's
or
not.
How about he'll
Oh
take
my
my
God.
car and he'll drive my car and tell me he's going to go
Yeah.
wreck it into the pond.
It sounds like he wants to control you.
Do you think?
No one is talking about your exes.
Look.
I'm not
And listen.
cheating on
Talk
you.
about your exes and everything.
Now, look at that aggressive move that he just had. When he came out and put his forehead up against her forehead, that's an intimidation practice right there. And that's all that was intimidation. And he coming up on her. And he probably hasn't hit her yet, but it's coming. I guarantee it. This woman leaves, he'll hit her. He would beat her to keep her in line.
It doesn't
You call him
matter.
up and everything
Look.
else.
Call
and
him
then
up.
The
I
other
don't.
Day when I went
I
up there
don't.
to your job, you walked and smoked a
I've been
cigarette
at
right
work.
there at daggum
I wasn't
brick
smoking
wall
with
and
that
told me
guy.
you wasn't
You've
in there.
assumed everything since we've been together. 3 years you've been assuming.
3
For
years she's
years
been
you've
putting up with
talking
this
to both of
shit.
your exes
Nope.
that you like.
You know what? Exes or not,
at this.
it doesn't matter. I haven't cheated. Period. That's the end of the story.
That's
Have
it.
you ever caught her cheating on you?
No, I have not caught her red-handed cheating on me,
Not
but
red-handed.
I haven't caught her ready. Right. You know, I know she is. That's good enough for him. I don't need proof. Who needs proof?
I have laid on the couch and I was sitting there one morning. One of her exes was living with us because he was working at us.
You let him live with you?
Yeah, I'm so stupid. Yeah, I know.
That's pretty
I know,
stupid.
that's pretty
Yeah.
stupid. I know. But I'm trying to do something because she wants to do something
It's
for her
because he was
friend.
testing me.
But anyways,
He was
exactly.
testing you?
But anyways, one morning, I've been with this woman for 3 years. If somebody was in a relationship, you know what your other does in the morning when they wake.
And listen to the craziness, because I watch this clip. I always watch the clips before I do them. I don't remember this. Like, I don't remember exactly what he says here, but I guarantee it's psycho shit. It's like, you know, he said, I know what she does. I know what she does. And it's like, you know, usually she'll pour the milk into the coffee after she pours the coffee. But this day she poured the milk first. I know that means she was fucking him last night. Like, it's going to be some psycho shit. Watch. Let's see.
Wake up. All right. She wakes up. She lights a cigarette. She goes to smoke a cigarette. Go to the restroom. Comes back. But that morning she never did come back. Okay, I was
Yes,
sitting
I
there
did.
waiting and waiting.
Yes, I did.
When she come back, though, to lay back down with me, the other guy was over here. She told me that
the bed?
he never got on the couch. We was laying on the couch. We was sleeping in the living room because it was real cold. We had the one heater in the house. Anyways, we were
Oh, this sounds like just a match made in heaven. One heater in the house. Get a job, son. Oh my God. So she went to the bathroom. It took too long. And when she came back, the guy that was living with them sat on the couch with them. So obviously they were fucking in the bathroom.
sitting there, and I was laying there, and I was like, well, he's up. He's awake. I know he's awake because I seen him up,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Oh, he wasn't up or nothing like that. And I was like, well, where's that cigarette at, being you just lit it up and everything? I want some cigarette, you know? Well, I just finished that one out. So you smoked 2 whole cigarettes by yourself. No, I didn't smoke it. I handed it to
Okay,
him.
I don't want, you know what, I'm
Right.
sorry.
She handed him, I told you to be psychobabble. She smoked 2 cigarettes, or she lit a cigarette, and she didn't have the cigarette when she got back. So obviously, in the time it took her to smoke a cigarette, she got fucked, which tells me something. This guy ain't much of a fuck if he thinks that all it takes is to fuck is the time to smoke a cigarette. He probably hears it a lot. Are you done yet?
I don't care about cigarettes.
Yeah, tell him.
Why do you take her car
Look,
battery?
you can hear the exasperation in his voice. Like, oh my God, like, are you really this fucked up?
Because I bought that car battery. And,
I bought that
but
car
once-
battery.
Yeah, but you
get-
busted my windshield,
once-
so that paid for that.
Once
Oh. Did you ever have one of those things where you just hear some shit so stupid, you just all of a sudden get a splitting headache? Oh my God, I'm hoping it's a stroke. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Well, he bought me the battery because he smashed my windshield. Well, that sounds like a fair deal.
you give her the car battery, it's hers, right?
Yep.
I mean,
You don't know. Nobody gives somebody a car battery. It's like here and then, like, but it's still mine. It's in your.
Was it like a birthday gift? I bought y'all a car battery. I was going to get another heater for the house. I got y'all a car battery first. Oh, God.
Your car.
well, the reason why I done that, Steve, is because I pawned my
You have no
title.
right.
The
You have no.
states-
But you have no right to do that.
No, I have no
It's-
right.
but-
I have no right,
And
but
it's
take a
wrong.
step-
I have no right, but I'm doing it anyway. Like, yeah, right. So do you need a right to do these things?
Back and say, I'm acting like a nut job.
I have.
I have.
Tell me the last happy
But I'm
moment
okay
you
with
had
it.
with her.
Man, it's been a while.
You hear that, right? He said, tell me the last happy moment you had with her. And he can't think of one. Because this is all this is a constant fight, right? I watch a lot of these shows and they go, we've been together through so much. And then they say, oh, we've been together for a year and a half or whatever. And it's like constant fighting. If you're with somebody that you're fighting, 50%, I'd say even 20% of the time, it's too much. Like what if you're constantly bickering, and what it means when you're in with that is like that one or both of you walk on eggshells around the other, and that's no way to live. You're not living your best life, and that's what all of this is about. Everything that I do is about trying to help people to live their best life, and you can't live your best life like that. I got to tell you, I'm so comfortable. I'd be comfortable living alone before I would ever put myself back into a situation where I have to monitor every word that I say, every action I make, where anything is taken out of context, anything is blown up. Like you look at this kid, like anything this woman does, and I went through that. I remember my first wife, she'd come home 10 minutes later. I'm like, where you been? Who you been blowing? Like, what have you been doing? And like insanity, and everything was a fight because I was constantly on the lookout because I felt so insecure about myself. And she was an attractive woman. Like, and I know deep down, not even deep down, I didn't even have to go that deep. It was pretty shallow. I knew that I had no business being with a woman like this. I had no business being a woman. She was sweet. She was nice. She was attractive. All of those good things. And I thought, why wouldn't she cheat on me? I'd cheat on me. I'm a piece of shit. I'm no good. I'm ugly. I'm this, I'm that. And it's just no way to live. This is no way to live your best life. You are better off being alone than being in a situation like this. And people say, I don't want to be alone. Well, be careful what you ask for, because if this is the alternative to loneliness, I'll take loneliness. I've had periods where I just say, I don't want to be in a relationship. He said, well, you get lonely? Yeah, I get lonely. A couple, sometimes I get lonely, probably about, 12 days a year. And then the rest of it, I'm cool. Like, Christmas, it'd be nice to have somebody, and on my birthday, it'd be nice to, but other than that, I've gotten to a point in my life where I no longer need people. I don't need them. I want them. And there's a huge difference in that. I used to need people. I needed people. I needed people for validation. I needed people to keep me from feeling lonely. I needed people to fill some sort of void in myself. And when I started to do some work on myself and really started to discover that I'm not as bad as I thought I was, that I'm okay and I can spend time alone and I can do things by myself. I travel alone. I like traveling with people, and I do that as well. But I can travel alone. I can go to museums alone. I can do these things alone, and I'm okay with it because I enjoy my company today and I'm comfortable with my company, right? So I no longer need people, but I want them. I want certain people in my life. And that's why I have very strict boundaries as well. And when you start to cross those boundaries, I got to get rid of you because this is the result. See, the first boundary got crossed when they were probably very, very early. I said probably second date at the most. When he let her know how he is. And you can pick up the vibe on these people, right? And she allowed that crossing of the boundary. It's like allowing somebody to hit you. Once you, man or woman, because men get hit too by women. Once you allow somebody to do that and get away with it and do the I'm sorry's or whatever it is that they do, right? They will continue. Eventually, they're going to do it again. They're going to do it again. And you have to have that boundary. You have to say, this is it. And this is, once you cross that line and all that bullshit, oh, you can't help who you love and all that other crap like that, that's all bullshit that you tell yourself to justify allowing this to happen to you. And I'm telling you, strong boundaries. And this girl needs some strong boundaries because this guy's a fucking psycho, man. And she needs to get this piece of trash out of her life.
This.
Oh, no, the other night.
It's too late. This is sad and pathetic that the two of you want to stay together.
Yeah.
You both.
Not that he wants to stay with her. I get that. You know, he's got her on a short leash. That she wants to stay with him is sad and pathetic. She's an attractive woman. She seems okay. She doesn't seem stupid or anything like that. Like on top of all this, it doesn't sound like there's going to be a whole lot of other conversation going on with this guy. It's not like he's the most articulate guy in the world. You know, you're not exactly going to be discussing Plato and Socrates with this guy, you know? Again, you know, you get the column A and B. Like, what is it that you see in this person? What do you love about them? What qualities do they have that you want to impart on your children, right? Because when you're with somebody, you're planning a family and all this shit. Is this the person you want to father your children and to raise your children? You want your kids to be like this?
No, I can ask just about anybody in a good relationship, when's the last happy time you had? If you ask me, I've been married, you know, it's this morning. The last good time I had was right before I came to work.
Yeah, it makes sense. There you go. We had breakfast together. It was nice.
Took
whatever.
A lie detector test.
Lie detector for whatever reason.
Asked her, have you ever snuck out of work to be with a man other than Dakota?
I hope she did. I really do. I hope this girl is getting banged out by every fucking Tom, Dick, and Harry at work. Just because that maybe will be her out. But I got to tell you something. I don't even think that would do it. What it would do is shorten the leash even more. I told you, bitch, and now I own you. Now you ain't ever going to do this to me again. And he's hoping she did too, because that'll justify everything that he's done, every way he's acted. The best thing that could happen for this kid is for this girl to fail the lie detector test. And the worst thing that can happen to her is that she passes it, right? Because it'll never be enough. He's the type of guy, and I tell you this, if she passes this test, when they get back to bumfuck Kentucky or wherever the fuck they're from, right? When they get back there, he's going to say, now that you passed the test, you think that gives you license to cheat. Yeah? Because now you proved you wasn't cheating, so now you're definitely going to start cheating on me. And either way, that leash gets even tighter.
You said no. While in a relationship with Dakota, have you had sexual, physical contact with anyone else? She said no. While in a relationship with Dakota, have you had sexual intercourse with anyone else?
And look at her. This woman hasn't smiled once, not once. And him, he just he got that vacant look in his eyes. I'm guessing an IQ of 85 would be a stretch over there, but anyway.
And the results came back all the same for Jesse to each question, and they came back that Jesse
told the truth.
Too
bad, kid.
We asked Dakota, besides the girl you cheated with while in a relationship with Jesse, have you had sexual, physical?
And doesn't that take some balls? Huh? Accusing her, and yet he's doing it. Yeah. Fucking piece of shit.
Contact with anyone else? He said no, and he did not tell the truth.
Of course not.
Besides the girl you
what else am I going to do with my days? It's either fuck around or get a job.
Cheated with while in a relationship with Jesse, have you had sexual intercourse with anyone else? He said no, and to that question, he told the truth.
So it's just blowjobs.
He did have sexual physical contact with somebody other than the girl that he told you that he cheated with. Don't. Yeah, okay.
Oh, come on now.
Right.
It's not fake. It's not. So.
Is he the only guy in
fake.
town?
No.
Valid question. What do I always say, right? It must be a real small town that these people come from.
Let
You're
me
not
ask
going to let her
and
leave.
I'm serious about this. You're very attractive. You're a smart woman. You know.
What the fuck?
Why would you tolerate something like this? And I'm not trying to yell at you. I know I'm raising my voice because I'm more disgusted with this.
Yeah.
Because did your father, did some man in your life teach you how to address a woman? Did they teach
didn't
you
have
to
a
call
father.
her a bitch, a whore? Did they teach you that?
I really didn't have.
Well,
my
but do
Yeah,
you
there
know
you go.
that's wrong?
There's a shock. There's a fucking shock. He had no role model in his life. Watched his mother get abused by boyfriend after boyfriend after boyfriend. Mom's probably an alcoholic. Got beat up a lot by a lot of different men. It told him what a piece of shit he was, because that's another thing a lot of abusive women like to do is they have sons that the father goes off. You know, she berates him, or he was just a piece of shit to begin with, and he leaves. And then the mother is good enough to tell him that he's a piece of shit, just like his father. He'll always be a piece of shit, which brings up all that anger, all that distrust, and all that other shit. And the cycle just continues. I bet this kid, and it's unfortunate, and he can get help. Like, it's not like you can't get help from these things. As I said, listen, I wasn't a physically abusive guy, but I was like him. I would berate and belittle. I was a bully. I was a verbal bully. And we're going to have a thing on Change Your Life about dealing with bullies. And that's what he is. He's a bully, but it all comes in like every bully, right? Number one, you got to stand up to a bully. And number two, bullies are just very, very insecure people. And they need to do this. They need to get everybody to agree. They need to get everybody on their side. And that's what he does. And he has no role model, and he just feels like shit about himself. So obviously, why Steve pointed out, she's very attractive. She's articulate, you're like, she could do better. And he knows she can do better. So, and this is what brings all this about.
Sir.
You say you love her. You love her
Right.
to death.
And he does.
And you
I
call
believe
her
he
a
does.
bitch?
Yeah.
That when she puts her hands on
It
me, yes,
doesn't
sir.
matter.
Because I mean,
It
I
doesn't.
can't hit
Well,
her back or nothing like
so
that.
she's physically abusive to you.
Oh yes, sir.
Then get out of the relationship.
There you go.
What could somebody do where you'd say,
Yeah.
okay, besides cheating on me,
And he's asking, what is your boundary? And this is something, especially ladies. And again, 800-799-7233. And that is and I'm not kidding about that. That is the National Abuse Hotline. When those boundaries get crossed and you need help getting out, trust me, go get help. Go get help. There are people out there that can help you. And I know it's scary and it's frightening, especially when a man has gone, especially with the men, has crossed that boundary of being physically abusive. It's time to leave.
besides disrespecting me,
What are your boundaries?
besides embarrassing me,
You
what
know
would
what
a
I think my problem is?
What?
I've been degraded by him so much,
Yeah,
I've forgotten who I am.
yeah.
I've
But I would bet that she's been this way. I bet her last boyfriends have been the same way. This doesn't happen out of the blue. It's very rare a girl goes from dating really great guys, to dating a guy like this. And I would bet anything that she doesn't have a positive father figure in her life either. It's just be my guess.
been hurt by this man so intensely,
Yeah, I can
That-
see that.
I don't even know my own worth anymore.
Yeah.
I think my real issue is that I'm afraid of being alone.
Yeah. Like I'm a fucking swami.
and that's understandable. But
No,
I'd
it's
rather
not.
be
It's not understandable. Don't use that as a cop-out. That's bullshit. You're better off alone. You're better off alone. It's like, I was all alone, so I got a vicious pit bull that bites me all the time, But at least I'm not alone, I lost 3 limbs, hopping around on 1 foot, No, be alone. You'd be better off. They sell adult aids now. You can buy them on Amazon. You can get all kinds of shit. Pleasure yourself. It's got to be better than this, right? Somebody says, go fuck yourself. You go, I can. I got Amazon. Hey,
alone than miserable. Please, for
Yeah.
yourself,
Tell her.
not for me,
Tell her.
not for the audience. Be strong for yourself and walk out the door.
Get the fuck away from this guy. Get away. There you go, girl. And I hope she can do it. Because listen, it's another thing, and he does that thing. If you watch Wilkos, I like Wilkos, I really do. And he do, pick a door. It's pick a door. But the whole thing is, it's easy to pick a door now. You got the audiences all applauding and everything like this. you got to go home. And this is the fucking kid who lays on the things, takes the battery out of the car, smashes her windshield, right? It's one thing to say, yeah, I'm going to pick a door here. She shakes his hand. I'm going to be strong. You got to get out when you get home, and get out before, like I said, before it gets physical. And it will. Like it's guaranteed with people like this. They don't stop at that. And again, if you need help, there's help out there. You can find it. I wish you all well, and I hope to God, if you're in a situation like this, my prayers go out to you. I am a praying guy. You could leave a comment, and we'll see, what we can do to help. But this was it. This is Trash TV Review, and I think it was a real good one today. My name is Dwight Gillespie. The channel is Trash TV Review. Please subscribe, like it, share it, comment, do all those good things. Hit the bell for the notifications so you can find out when we're putting new videos out. New videos on this channel come out every Thursday. You say, I don't do it, Walter does it. So. And on the other channel, which I highly recommend you go take a look at, it's a much softer version of this. And that is the Change Your Life. And what we really try to do, what we strive to do here is to help you get out of that cycle of mediocrity and lead the best life you can possibly lead. I am a believer, and I say that there's something out there better for you. We were all meant to lead great lives and to use our best life and to find our true purpose in life. Go ahead, go seek it, go find it, and God bless you. Have a great week, and we'll see you next time on Trash TV Review. Thank you.